Hello friends, welcome back. My name's Ramon. How are you today? So if you haven't watched the rest of my This Is Why It's Hot series, where I talk about skincare items that are just universally acclaimed within the skincare content creator and consumer community, you would know I really focus on individual products. But every once in a while, you find a skincare brand that is just so highly esteemed, acclaimed, and celebrated that everything in it's pretty much loved. And today that's what we're talking about, Krave Beauty. It's a brand founded by fellow content creator yAHA that's really touting a more simplistic, back to the basics, press reset mentality when it comes to your skin and your skincare routine. Overall, what they're really going for is minimizing the products in your routine and really highlighting the essentials to get the best out of your skin. Not only that, but they're really highlighting very elegant, high quality formulations, a lot of transparency in the products themselves, sustainability is at the forefront of what they do, and also they're just really accessible products. So overall, Krave is a hot brand. We're gonna talk about it today. Before we get into it, I'm gonna ask that you hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and fancy related content on my channel. Give the video a thumbs up, and down below, A, what are some of your favorite Krave Beauty products? I'm gonna tell you mine at the end of the video, but I wanna know yours as well, and why. And B, what are some other brands overall that you think are just super highly celebrated and esteemed? Krave as a brand overall, people really love, but tell me some other ones. Let me know down below. If you don't watch my last This Is Why It's Hot, where I talked about the Beet Shield / Beet the Sun sunscreen by Krave, then you wouldn't know that I did not get these from Krave Beauty's website. Rather, I bought these from Unnie's Skincare, a website run by my friend Shana, who is a Black female entrepreneur and content creator. I'm going to strongly urge you to support Unnie Skincare, mainly because it's important to support fellow Black creators in the content creating space, but also to support fellow Black content creators in the entrepreneurial space in the beauty scene, specifically in the K-beauty scene, because there's a gap that exists there, and you have people like Shana that are really filling that gap. Not only that, but you really should be keeping that same energy from back in June. Remember all that? Support Black creators, support Black business, support Unnie Skincare. So with that said, getting back to Krave Beauty and overall what it stands for, again, I mentioned the whole press reset mentality that they have, which really just goes back to an easy, stress-free, basic skincare routine. And so with that, they actually have their line divided into two parts, their core series and their supplementary series. We're gonna start with the core series first. And what is the core series? Well, basically, if you watch a lot of content creators, follow dermatologists, estheticians, anyone in this community, you know for all of us, the most basic skincare routine consists of 3 steps. Wash your face, moisturize your skin, protect your skin from the sun with sunscreen. And that's what we have here. Starting with the Matcha Hemp Hydrating Cleanser, looking at the product claims on the website, it's an antioxidant-rich jelly cleanser that's as satisfying to use as it is effective. The bouncy gel formula creates a silky lather that's effective and gentle. And they also advertise that they use coconut-based surfactants to really gently cleanse the skin. Not only that, but they pair it with really nice nourishing ingredients like matcha and hemp seed oil that are going to infuse the skin with nice nourishing elements, amino acids, essential oils. So it's supposed to leave your skin nicely hydrated and nourished. And they go so far as to say it's not intended to disrupt the skin barrier, and it's also pH balanced. The first ingredient in this is green tea water, but you also have green tea powder in there, and matcha itself is just green tea. And so you're getting really nice antioxidants and soothing benefits out of that. As I mentioned, you also have hemp seed oil, but you also have colloidal oats in this. And that's an ingredient that pops up frequently in the line. That's just a really great antioxidant, anti-inflammatory ingredient that's gonna really soothe the skin as well. And then that's paired with more humectants and more soothing ingredients in the formulation. Looking at this really is a really nice, gentle cleanser. You can see on screen I'm using it. The lather for it is very gentle, but it's there. I prefer a cleanser that has more of a lather to it. What I will say is I find you have to, as my boyfriend mentioned to me, work into a lather first under water in your hands to then have that on the face. I found that you can't really lather this on the face very effectively. This does cleanse the skin gently. This is not my favorite cleanser, which is heartbreaking because I think when I mentioned doing a Krave Beauty review, so many people on social media were like, oh my God, the Matcha Hemp cleanser, it's amazing, I love it. I love a gentle cleanser, but I also love like a little bit more out of a cleanser. This doesn't remove makeup. I don't think it's gonna be a good makeup remover, and it in no way advertises being able to do so, but it does gently cleanse the skin. So I recommend using this after a makeup remover for sure. I did like this, and I see people enjoy this because it is very nice. The lather is very gentle. It's not stripping to the skin, but it just was not my preferred cleansing experience. Next on the list is the Oat So Simple Water Cream Moisturizer. Looking at the product claims, it's a lightweight cooling moisturizer that feels like a burst of instant hydration on the face. It's simple, it's lightweight, and it's calming. This is a very simple, to the point moisturizer. They advertise as being no more than 10 ingredients, and they're very to the point moisturizer ingredients. Looking at some of the highlights in the formulation, you got squalane and butylene glycol, caprylic caprylic triglyceride, and oat extract. So overall, what you're getting is some nice humectants, very lightweight moisturizer in there, as well as a little bit of soothing from that oat kernel. The texture of it really is lightweight. lightweight and it's a nice gentle formulation, so you're not gonna get any irritation from it. That's really effective in replenishing the moisture and hydration in the skin. This was like my biggest surprise out of the entire line, I think, because for me it's like a moisturizer is a moisturizer, but when I use this, the way it just like melted into the skin but left my skin nicely supple and moisturized, but it left really like no presence on my skin, but it looks radiant. Like all that combined was really odd to me. Like I want to lather my body in this. And with that, I wish this was a little bit bigger. I wish I got more product out of it because I like layering this up substantially, but this was like my favorite standout product thus far. And the last in the core series, the Beat the Sun / Beet Shield. If you haven't seen my video on it, please go check it out because I'm not going to go into as much detail now as I did in that video. But what this really advertises being is an antioxidant-rich sunscreen that's light as air and intended to protect the skin from UV damage, pollutants, and environmental aggressors and stressors on the skin. And it really features antioxidant powerhouses like beetroot, allantoin, vitamin C, resveratrol, EGCG, as well as other humectants and skin nourishing ingredients. Also why I love it, it has really great UV protection, coming from filters that are very photostable but very gentle and have high photoprotective values to them. As you can see, it's SPF 50+, PA+++++. But I will say it does feature alcohol. I know for a lot of people that's a little bit of a but coming from a formulation standpoint, that alcohol is really important to the formulation. It helps to dissolve the UV filters. It also allows this formulation to set a lot quicker on the skin and leaving you that nice lightweight finish. And it allows some of the antioxidants and skin soothing agents to penetrate your skin a lot more effectively. You might see alcohol in a formulation and get a little bit scared, but also consider what else is in the formulation to really counterbalance and counteract any potential drying you might get from the alcohol. Talking about my experience with this product, I love the feel and the texture of this. On my skin, it leaves a nice radiant finish. If it's too much, I blot, but I know for some people with oily skin, that really radiant finish is a little bit off-putting, so do with that what you will. And also something I want to highlight that people commented on in the last video was in terms of like my experience with this around my eyes. If I don't mention it, it wasn't a problem, but what I will say, it was very gentle. It's non-irritating around the eye area. It doesn't get in my eyes, so it doesn't sting the eyes at all. So this is overall a very sensitive skin-friendly sunscreen. And so that finishes our core series, which is again, the more necessary aspects and elements of a skincare routine. But sometimes you want a little more. Sometimes you want a little some extra. And so we're gonna highlight the supplementary part of the series now, and that's gonna be featuring 2 products. First, we're gonna start with the Great Barrier Relief. This is confusing to me, but I really like this. Let's break it down. As the website claims, it's supposed to be a reparative skin soothing serum. It's creamy, nourishing serum that calms signs of sensitivity and it evens out skin without the greasy after feeling. Its blend of conditioning oil fights irritations, discolorations, and breakouts caused by damaged skin barrier. And so this really works by just helping to repair the skin barrier, really calm down any irritation that's a result of a compromised skin barrier. And by doing that, it helps to then alleviate a lot of other skin symptoms you might get from having a compromised barrier, like irritation, breakout, sensitivity. The main star ingredient of this is tamonu oil. And I remember when this first came out in the line, Leah, you really talked about it, and it was the first time I'd ever heard of that ingredient, but it is a superstar ingredient. It's anti-inflammatory and nourishing to the skin. It also has wound healing elements to it, and it's really rich in fatty omega acids, like oleic and linoleic acids. This also features niacinamide high up in the ingredient list, and niacinamide, as I always talk about, is like skincare superstar. It's meant to have anti-inflammatory, anti-acne benefits. It's going to help strengthen and nourish the skin barrier. It has sebum and oil controlling properties to it, so it's really nice to have in the formulation like this. We feature oat again, which again is very calming, and that's paired with safflower and rosehip oils, which are really anti-inflammatory, lightweight oils that help with redness and have anti-acne properties to them as well because they are better for acne-prone skin. And that's featured with a lot of other skin barrier goodies in this, like glycerin, sodium hyaluronate, squalane, serine, glycine, ceramides, sodium PCA, and urea, which a lot of those ingredients you want to find in barrier restoring creams because you're going to really help to restore and balance the lipids in your barrier, as well as to help get the acid mantle back in check. And really highlighting some of the soothing and wound healing properties of a lot of these ingredients. Don't forget, when you compromise your moisture barrier, basically what you're saying is your skin is damaged, it's wounded, and you really have to heal that to get your skin back in check. This is my other surprise from Krave Beauty. I really enjoyed this product. I found it to be very, very versatile. It was lightweight enough that on my oily skin, I could use it for the daytime, but also nourishing enough that it fit really well at night. This came in clutch when I first got to London and my skin was all out of whack. I was breaking out, my skin was stressed, it was irritated, but it was also really, really dry, I felt, because my skin doesn't deal well with traveling. So this is very, very useful. Not only that, it's rich in antioxidants. So this was really nice to use in the day to protect you from free radical and environmental damage in the skin, but also at night to really repair your skin from all those things as well. My caveat with this is that they advertise this as a serum, but I don't see it as a serum. And that's for 2 reasons. First and foremost, this is really, really rich, specifically for more oily skin. As I mentioned in the formulation, this is rich in nice emollients and nourishing oils that are gonna help to moisturize the skin. While this is great for oily skin in that it's really, really lightweight, this is not a serum in any way for me. If I could liken this to any product in terms of how it works conceptually, this is very similar to Liquid Gold from Stradia in that it's a very, very lightweight, oily skin friendly, barrier repairing gel cream. So there's a lot of really rich, nourishing elements to this that don't make it nice for a serum, because if I think about this as a serum, this would then then have to go in front of a moisturizer, and this would not work well underneath certain kind of moisturizing textures. I can see this being a nice lightweight moisturizer for dry skin and a very nourishing rich cream moisturizer for oily skin, but this is not a serum. And my second reason for not considering this a serum is that as a serum, in your terms of your skincare routine, you would want to put this over any hydrators but underneath any moisturizers. This to me is again too rich for this to go underneath the Oat So Simple. I would actually reverse that and use this after, and I find great success in that. And so serum for me, this is a weird terminology, weird marketing. Posting about it on Instagram, I had a lot of people be like, no, this is a moisturizer. More oily skin individuals like this just as is, and more dry skin people tell me they use this as a serum or a light moisturizer underneath heavier creams. And then last but not least, Kale-lalu-yAHA. This was something I wanted to try for a long time, and I only just got my hands on it like last week, but this is interesting. Looking at the claims of this, it's a resurfacing AHA exfoliator. It's a gentle yet effective exfoliator that smooths out texture and fades discoloration to reveal healthier skin. Kale-lalu-yAHA is powered by AHAs that buff away excess dead skin cells and unclog pores so skin can breathe easier. What I like about it is that they really do focus on, no matter what your skin type is, eventually dead skin and other impurities do build up on the skin, and it's beneficial and times necessary to gently exfoliate that off to really see the most benefits out of your skincare products, but also help to better skin concerns. And they do also mention on the website that regular exfoliation helps reduce the appearance of discoloration, sun damage, and fine lines with regular use. What I like about this is that you have a really low yet effective 5.25% of glycolic acid at just the right pH to really maintain the benefits you're going to get from that exfoliant. What I found interesting though is that glycolic acid is the smallest of the AHAs, and so being the smallest molecule size, it's able to penetrate deeper, and if used incorrectly, I want to stress that point, can cause irritation-based issues. And considering Krave's whole thing about being sensitive to the skin and kind of really working to maintain skin barrier health, choosing glycolic acid was interesting. But again, what I like about it is that it's a low concentration of it, enough to get benefits, but not enough to do damage if even used incorrectly. But they also pair it with really nice anti-inflammatory ingredients. First and foremost on the formulation list is actually aloe water, great humectant and anti-inflammatory ingredient. You also have that paired with something called betaine salicylate, which is a combination of salicylic acid and betaine that's really popular in Korean beauty. Betaine is just another humectant, so it's more of a gentle humectant exfoliator as well. And then you also pair it with a lot more anti-inflammatory ingredients like panthenol, which is vitamin B5, allantoin, you have licorice, you have something called Coptis japonica root extract, which I don't know what that is, but it's soothing. And those are gonna help to counteract any potential irritation you might face from that low glycolic acid. This also includes kale, spinach, and parsley. It's called Kale-lalu-yAHA, duh, which they're claiming adds a few more vitamin benefits to the formulation, which I don't know about all that, but you do get some antioxidants out of those as well, which is never a bad thing. My experience using this, because again, I've been looking forward to this for a long time, was I completely forgot this was exfoliator. This goes on the skin very nicely, lightweight, but there's like no potential irritation. This left no like warm feeling, irritation, stinging on my skin. I could layer this up a few times and see no negative aspects to it. I'm someone who like to take treatment toners like this and load those up on cotton pads and leave those on as like temporary leave-on treatments like a DIY sheet mask. This is something I could see being very beneficial for that aspect. Considering that it's glycolic acid at a very low concentration, but it's still effective paired with the anti-inflammatory ingredients, this is a great exfoliator for skin of color. So looking at Krave Beauty overall, I'm finally getting my hands on the whole line and getting to use all their products. I see the hype. A lot of it is very approachable. It's very straightforward. It's very all skin types can use this. And there are some standout products for me. As I mentioned, the Oat So Simple, which was the biggest surprise for me. I genuinely love using this and I will probably repurchase this a few more times, as well as the Great Barrier Relief. This was just a really nice, versatile product for all skin types and all skin conditions, because my skin ranged from really dry, very irritated, to really oily and more acne prone, and this just fits in my routine in all of those situations. I've mentioned this on my channel many times before and I will forever mention it. This is just a really great sunscreen that has a lot of things I really love in it, which is still very universally applicable to most skin types. And the Kale-lalu-yAHA itself was really nice, and that's something I would use necessarily just because I like a lot more potency and a lot more high concentrations out of my products. I like to stack my actives and get a lot of punch out of them, but this will be recommended on my channel and has been just because it's, again, very effective but very gentle, and all skin types and skin tones can use this with little potential for irritation. And this was nice. It was not my favorite. Here's what I would like to see still from Krave. First and foremost, makeup remover, just because this did not cut it for me, and I would like something that was just gonna help cleanse my skin a little bit more thoroughly. I need to feel my skin being clean. I know it's supposed to be gentle, not leave your skin stripped. I don't need that. I just need my skin to feel a little bit more of like a lather or something. Secondly, something more hydrating. This, it does have some humectants in it, but it just did not feel like it was a toner to me. It felt like it was more of a tonic situation that just didn't strip my skin. I want to see something potentially like an essence with a little bit more of an active kick to it. I mean, Krave Beauty is a Korean brand. I want to see what they're working on that front. Third is potentially more actives. Again, the whole thing with this is barrier repairing and like very skin nourishing and like anti-inflammatory, but like what other serums can we do? Because again, this ain't a serum to me. I want to see like maybe like an azelaic acid or something more like niacinamide focused. I don't know, but like, you get what I'm saying? But all in all, Leah, you did that. This is a beautiful line. It has great products. The formulations for these are exquisite. You can see the thought and effort she puts into them. She's actually very transparent with that on her social media channels, explaining to you the process between choosing development formulations and how she goes back and forth between ingredients. Not only that, but the packaging is very, very transparent about the product's claims, how to use it, the pH of everything, explaining to you like where in your routine this goes. And I think first and foremost, what's really important is how Leah You really treats it as like a consumer first brand. She's always asking questions on social media, asking what people want to see, asking questions about what packaging they prefer and what textures they like, but also she's really transparent again about the sustainability of everything. She understands that there's a way to things work for business, but she also wants her line to be as sustainable as possible and have really nice sustainable practices and sourcing and packaging. And so she's very, very, again, transparent on her social media platforms as to what people want, but also what's going to work best for Krave and explaining all of that to her customers as well. So overall, that being said, highlighting the ingredients, the formulation, the brand ethos overall, that is why Krave Beauty is inducted now into the This Is Why It's Hot Hall of Fame. Do not forget to check out Unnie Skincare. As I mentioned, I got all of these on her website. I do have a discount code with Unnie Skincare. It is Glow by Ramon for 10% off. And also I want to add on, because everybody asked, Unnie Skincare does ship internationally, so get you some. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and Fenty related content on my channel. And down below in the comments, again, tell me, A, what are some of your favorite Krave Beauty products and why? But also B, what other brands do you feel should be included into the This Is Why It's Hot Hall of Fame? Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.